The Florence Nightingale Foundation exists to develop the leadership potential of nurses and midwives, empowering them with the confidence and courage to influence policy and help change the world of healthcare for the better. We provide year-long scholarships for nurses and midwives, as well as a range of bespoke leadership programs in collaboration with our partners. Since March 2020, all of health and social care has been affected and disrupted by COVID-19. Understanding the impact that this pandemic would have on nurses and midwives, we created the Nightingale Frontline Leadership Support Service, a brand new program designed to offer some socially distanced, emotional and well-being support, both during and after the crisis. During the sessions, groups of 6 nurses or midwives come together in virtual meetings with a trained facilitator. Each of them becomes a coach, a client and a peer, and at times they just listen to the others. From the first weeks of the pandemic, the groups proved to be an extremely powerful space for nurses and midwives to find their own solutions to their own issues. As a foundation working to continue the legacy of Florence Nightingale, we felt a responsibility to share with the world the themes, experiences, and lessons that emerged. While it wasn't everywhere, in many places, under the guise of crisis management, a hierarchy of command and control was seen as essential to manage the COVID-19 response. Senior leaders issued policy from the top down, while nurses and midwives felt ignored and undervalued. To make matters worse, many were moved to different clinical areas, cutting them off from the colleagues that they knew and trusted, their wider support networks, and their normal routines. This culture of sudden change led to resentment and low morale, which in turn brought out disruptive behaviours from frontline staff, meaning even the best policies were received with scepticism and mistrust. One of the key themes that came out of the Nightingale Frontline Leadership Programme was courage, and we identified 6 forms of courage enacted by nurses and midwives at all levels of the NHS that enabled parts of the organisation to move away from command and control and towards a more collective leadership. The first is authenticity, the courage to make a commitment to share genuine emotion and respond genuinely to our colleagues' emotions. The second is transparency, the courage to share openly what was known, and crucially, what was not known about how to respond to the virus. The third is uncertainty, the courage to continue to do the next right thing and the best we can with our incomplete knowledge. The fourth is the courage to challenge, advocate, and question. The best decisions are usually made by those closest to the problem. To work, new policies and processes need to be able to be challenged from the ground up. The fifth is the courage to be vulnerable. This means being a role model and demonstrating rather than describing positive behaviour, sometimes even showing vulnerability so that those around us know that it's okay to prioritise self-care and ask for support. Last on our list is the courage to communicate, to be unafraid to tell the truth, even when it's difficult for people to hear. No one understands frontline care like the nurses and midwives who administer it. To ignore this invaluable resource in our strategic decision-making is a phenomenal and negligent waste. At the Florence Nightingale Foundation, we want every nurse and midwife to be empowered to make their voice heard, to share what they know and lead by example, no matter who they are or what position they hold. If you're interested in attending one of our Nightingale Frontline leadership sessions, would like to contribute to our work, or would just like to find out more about what we do, please visit our website today.